guys, welcome to the stream. Sadly, I had to switch to Twitch. I was gonna stream on YouTube. Ended up having to stream on Twitch because of I don't know. I just couldn't get the YouTube to work. To stream for there. Um, just throwing up there on. Sorry, I'm just throwing up on Snap and on Instagram. That I'm live on Twitch, not YouTube. Should be having some people stopping by and getting on stream. In a little bit. But yeah, so we're gonna do a little just gonna kind of talk everything football right now. I'm gonna talk about my NFL tier list that I see right now. Well, let me just see if I can make the lighting a little bit better. That should be better, hopefully. As you see, I got NFL tier list up, and then I'm also got ESPN. We're gonna talk fantasy as well. In my leagues so far. But yeah, we're gonna go do a tier list. Not that. Let's do this. Let's do this one. That should work. Let me throw that on the story. And also throw it as a post. And yeah, we should be good. Yeah, I kind of messed up earlier and said that I was gonna do it on YouTube. Didn't end up having to do it on Twitch. I couldn't figure out how to. I was trying to get it on YouTube, couldn't. So I just decided to put it up on Twitch. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Alright, perfect. I want to talk about fantasy first, Jack. By the way, I'm in Discord. Throw it out there in case people want to join the stream. Oh yeah, Jack is a mod. I forgot about that. Alright. I'm gonna do the tier list first because I want to explain myself and some of my thoughts on the season. I think we gotta start off from the bottom. Worst team in football right now. That I think right now is the worst team. I gotta go Jets. They're just not very good, are they? I can't really argue to put them any higher. There's no really argument. I mean, maybe you could say above the next team, but like, it's close, I guess. Yeah, I feel like the Jags. I think it's Jags, right? Yeah, I'll say Jags are the next. They're just again. They had a ton of hype. They had a really good chance to make noise and stuff. But Urban Meyer's just been terrible coach. He's just been a horrendous coach. Like, like they had potential playoff aspirations and they just haven't played well. I mean, obviously lost to the Broncos last, and what they lost to. Who they play? They played. Who's the week one opponent? I know they lost, but they lost to the Texans, right? Yeah, lost to the Texans. Just not very good. I would put it's arguable between who's the worst out of these two, but I'll put Jets just below after this game against the Patriots. Zach Wilson 4 picks. That's yeah, you can't really. say much about that. Next, I'm gonna go. This is tough. Obviously, the Texans should be the worst team. They've they were the worst team, but they've looked decent. So for that reason, but the Lions look good too. For that reason, I'm gonna go Lions. I don't think I'm missing any other bad teams. I'm gonna go Lions first. They both it's arguable. They both have looked solid at times. The Lions look like they could have beat the Packers, and that would have been that easily would have shot them up, and that would drop the Packers heavily. But I just think I would have to go with the Lions as third here. And then, like I said, Texans fourth worst. I think that's fair. They've looked good. I mean, they beat the Jags, and they were competitive with the Browns. Only lost by 10 to the Browns, even though they were playing very competitive. They lost Tyrod. Tyrod got hurt. So the new QB is the rookie Davis Mills. Who they put? Panthers? So this is going to be a tough matchup, obviously. But I don't know. We'll see how he plays. He's kind of getting thrown into a pit of fire, if I'm being honest. That Panthers team's playing very well right now. Um, hmm. Any more I want to say in F tier? Sorry, I made a ranking of these earlier. I just want to see. Oh, yeah. No, what? I'll throw them in there. I have them in F tier in my last ranking. I'll throw them in there. It's the Falcons. They just have not been good. They every year so much talent when it comes to the team. Like that offense, the talent on that offense is just incredible. I mean, you got Matt Ryan, Calvin Ridley. They lost Julio, which kind of sucked, but they still got Matt Ryan, Calvin Ridley. Mike Davis is a decent running back. Pitts, obviously, the first rounder. He's looked alright. Nothing crazy. Um, so yeah, on paper they look very good. Plus they have Foysade Luakon and Deion Jones, who are both solid youngsters. I wouldn't say Deion's a youngster anymore, but still not very good. They just haven't played well. Now, you could argue for the Giants being an F tier, but realistically, I see them one above. They played very well this season? Not really. They've been pretty poor, but they have shown they have shown that they can be a very good team. That offense has shown that it can be very good, and also it can also be very bad. They're very I could easily see by the end of the season them moving up to like B tier if they play well, if they start playing better. But for now, they have to be E tier. No, actually, I'm getting rid of E tier. I don't like E tier there. Did I delete the Giants too? I really hope I just didn't delete the Giants. I think I just deleted them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're just gonna yeah, there we go. Okay. D tier for the Giants. And then I'm gonna go Bungles. It's just the Bungles. Chase has looked very good, and Burrows looked solid. But yeah, they just haven't been as good as they could be. That offense is sick, but that defense is tough. It's just not very good. They don't have very good playmakers on defense. They don't really have anybody that's truly standing out. What, they beat the Vikings, yeah, barely. It was a tough game. And then lost to the Bears. Mixon's looked good, obviously, and Chase has too. Like I said, plus that offense is just high caliber. It's very good, high scoring offense, and should be putting up a lot of points. Obviously, he's only put 17 and 27 up the first 2 games, but I still think that they're chilling right there. Yeah, I'm gonna put him there. I'm gonna stick with this. Washington sitting there at what, 8? 8 from the bottom. So what's that? It's 32, 30, 28. Wait, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27. They're sitting at 25. Oh, they had such high hopes going into the year, and I really thought that they could be that very good team. Yeah. Um, they just haven't been as good. That first week they played. Who'd they play first week? They played Chargers. Had a tough loss to the Chargers, and then had a really tough game against the Giants. Realistically, should have lost to the Giants. I'm not. I like the Giants, so I have a little bit of bias, but I still think they should have lost there. If Giants had made a few catches, that would have been a completely different game. But yeah, they looked okay. I wouldn't say they looked great. They didn't look bad though. There's just a lot better teams so far this year, I'd say. Next up, yeah, I'm gonna stick there. I got Colts. They're a good team. They on paper they are a very good team. If they figure out that quarterback situation, wow, this team. I mean, this was a playoff team a couple years ago. Or what was it, 2 years ago? And last year too, right? They were a playoff team. This year started off week 0-2. Lost to 2 very good teams in the Seahawks and Rams. Rams, I'll be getting up to both of them later in the ranking, but Pittman's looked good. Taylor's looked solid. Not as good as last year, I'd say, but he still looked solid. And Wentz has been alright. Nothing crazy. And then this defense should be playing better, realistically. Darius Leonard. Come on, you gotta be getting in there. How's Darius Leonard played so far? I didn't even see. I'm surprised he's not leading him in tackles. He should be. Has he been hurt? Actually, he might have been hurt. I can't remember if he's been hurt or if he's just. No, he's been healthy. 11 tackles, no sacks. Wait, yeah, no sacks. You expect more from him for being such a highly paid linebacker. But that's where we're at right now with the Colts. I'm rooting for them, obviously. They're a cool team. They have a few rejects that are just cool, like Carson Wentz. I'd really like to see him strive because people were absolutely just dumping on him after the whole Philly situation. Next up, I'm torn here because in my original rankings, I have it going Vikings, Bears, Eagles, if I can find the Eagles. But I don't know if I want to keep that because the Bears have looked. In that first game against the Rams, they looked good until the second half. In that second half, they just got demolished. Eagles have. I mean, they're two. I'm pretty sure. Eagles are 2-0. I'm pretty sure. And they're a very, very fun offense to watch. Or 1-1. They lost to the Niners. I forgot. They should have beat the Niners. Personally, I think that was a big loss for them. And then the Vikings, I think they're 1-1, I want to say, or I can't remember if they won their first week. I think they're 0-2. They lost to the Bengals. I forgot about that. I saw that earlier. Yeah. So I would say, yeah, I'm gonna keep this how it is. Vikings. That offense just has to carry the defense. If their defense can pull it together and play well, that team will be very good. That team, like I said with the Giants, could be B tier, A tier by the end of the year. That offense is just incredible. Thielen, Justin Jefferson, Dalvin Cook, Kirk's playing decent. Just kind of poor start for them. Missing field goals again. And then Bears, like I said earlier, they've looked solid. 1-1. Good win last week against the Bengals. Like I said earlier, it was a tough loss against the Rams. Dalton has looked very solid in these first two games, and seeing from a Bears perspective, I think they kind of as much as they want to see Fields play, it's also tough because how good Dalton was playing. He was playing very solid. Yes, he was throwing checkdowns or whatever, but he looked solid. And yeah, Dave Montgomery has been solid as well. He's running the ball very well. And then Darnell Mooney. I'm surprised Darnell Mooney's leading the team right now. Allen Robinson, I mean, I have him in fantasy. He hasn't been incredible so far this year, but I'm feeling he'll bounce back. He has a touchdown though, so that's why I see it. But yeah, I'm gonna stick with this. And then the Eagles, they've played well. Can't go anywhere else from that. They've played well. It's the only way I can really see it. Next, we got the C tier. See, Panthers have played extremely well. But the question is, do I see the Panthers over? It's between the Panthers and the Patriots. Carolina 2-0. If they're 2-0, I might have to put them above Pats. They are 2-0. They beat the Jets, and then they mobbed the Saints. I mean, the Saints didn't have their coach, though, so that's why I see it. Oh, wait, shoot. I did not mean to put them there. I'm going to go Panthers-Pats. I think, obviously, beating the Jets, it's the Jets, to be fair. And, this Saints win was a good win. Saints were missing their coaches, though. Quite a few coaches because of COVID, which kind of sucks. But yeah, they got Texans next. I could easily see this team being a playoff contender. A lot of these lower teams here have potential to be playoff contenders. The league's just been very good this year. There's just a lot of talent to go around. I mean, talent-wise, the Giants, they looked like they had a top 5, top 10 defense, but they haven't played like that this year. Washington, another top 5, top 10 defense, and the offense looked solid. Colts, Vikings, I mean, look at all those teams. These teams are solid teams. They just get outshined by a few other teams down here. And a few shockers as well. But yeah, obviously Panthers, 2-0, you can't complain. And they've looked good. Still put the Saints above them. I'll put them up a little, they'll be up in a little bit. But, yeah, they've looked good. Like I said, next was where are they? Pats, that's what it was. There we go, Pats. Alright. The Pats, they've been playing well. They're a playoff team. They should be a playoff team at least. I mean, just from the way I see it, they should be a playoff team, and I think they will be by the end of the year. Mac Jones has looked very good. Like, he's looked like the best rookie quarterback, I'd say, out of all the rookie QBs so far. He's looked the best. Tough L first week to the Dolphins, but that defense made the Jets look just dumb. I mean, the Jets aren't good, but like they looked terrible. Like that defense made the Jets offense look terrible. Like just horrendous. Zach Wilson, 4 picks. They forced 4 picks on him. And yeah, first week was just a tough loss, I'd say. I definitely see them as a playoff team. Now, if they beat Miami out, I don't know. I still that's why I still have Miami to put down here. Um, but yeah, next team, the Cowboys. I feel like I can get some hate for this because the Cowboys have looked good in these first 2 weeks. I just don't see them being that good. I mean, out of the NFC East teams, I think they either them or if the Giants or Washington. Actually, it's all very close, really, to be fair. But like, obviously they're not winning the NFC East. That's kind of surprising. Obviously they're playing well, but I just don't see them holding up. That defense is just horrendous, and that offense, they've looked good, but they've also looked terrible at times. They really should not have beat the Chargers. The Chargers are played 10 times better than them. They just got lucky, I'd say. The offense is good though. It's a very good offense. Just the defense is going to be the problem. Next, I'd say I got the Dolphins. I don't know how to put this like this. The Dolphins are very good. They should be a playoff team. They have a very high chance to make the playoffs. Just no Tua, and Tua's looked good, or not good, solid. He hasn't looked, like that, like how good as you want him to look, but he's looked solid, and the offense has been mid. Gaskin looked like he hasn't played as good as he should be. I mean, they got absolutely destroyed by the Bills. I think last week I had them A or B tier. I think I had them B tier. But after this week, that Bills loss was just tough. I just don't see how you could put them in above them. Put them higher. So that's how I see it right now. Hold on a second. Alright. Just talking to Jack. He's gonna be hopping on the stream, hopefully in like half an hour-ish, so we'll see then. But yeah, Dolphins, if they didn't lose 35-0 to the Bills, I still would have them higher. That Tua injury is very, very tough. Yeah. I'm gonna make a change to my rankings. Originally, I had the Raiders here, but thinking about it, even though I think at the end of the season they will be down here-ish, for now, I can't ignore that they're 2-0 and they've beat 2 solid. I think they're 2-0. Right? Yeah. They beat the Ravens, and they beat the Steelers. Yeah. I can't ignore the fact that they're 2-0 right now, and they've beat 2 solid teams. So I feel like I gotta move them up. I got the Saints. What's that at? They're about mid-pack right now. Jameis, that first game looked incredible. 5 touchdowns, I think it was. 4 or 5 touchdowns. I think it was 5 touchdowns, right? Yeah, 5 touchdowns. Big thing here. I don't know if I can like zoom in. Kind of like zoom in here. Oh, wait. Oh, too far. Hold on. I want to zoom in over here. No, what? Never mind. Whatever. Over here. 148 yards. That's the big problem. Was he only had 148 yards. Um, the fact of that hasn't really happened. I think the last time that happened was Lamar back, I think last year or 2 years ago. But yeah, they looked very good against the Packers, and then looked horrible against the Panthers. Like I said, look, I'm pretty sure it was just missing the coaches was a big problem. But let's see. Um, I think they'll bounce back. That team's a very good team. They have obviously, plus they'll get Michael Thomas, Slant Boy, whatever you want to call him, back. And I think that'll be a very very big help for the Saints. Obviously having all Pro Bowl type receiver will help you. So, but until then, that's where I see them. Now I'm trying to decide. No, yeah, Steelers next. Again, I'm gonna move the Raiders up 2. Then I have Raiders here. Steelers. Week 1 against the Bills. This is another. This is similar to the Saints, and like the Dolphins and stuff. Week 1 against the Bills, absolutely smashed them. Like they just made the Bills' offense look terrible. Look, 60 yards for Diggs, 270 and a touchdown for Josh Allen, and then Ben had a touchdown, 188 yards. Juju, I mean, obviously the offense doesn't look his worse on paper, but they just outplayed him. I mean, put 17 up in that fourth quarter. What was it? Had touchdown, 9-yard return on the blocked punt, and another field goal at the end. So, I mean, they look good in this game, and then they look terrible against the Raiders. So, that's the only reason I have them now. Like I said, eventually at the end of the year, Raiders will be down here. But for now, they're 2-0. I can't not respect that. The fact that they're there. They've looked incredible. Realistically, they should not have won that Ravens game. That Ravens game was such a weird game. Like, I mean, Derek Carr, 817 yards and 4 touchdowns already. Waller at 170 yards and touchdown. Another thing, Josh Jacobs, 34 yards, 2 touchdowns. I'm getting to it, Jack. Okay. No, I'll speed up a little bit through these rankings. Because I'm gonna clip this and throw this on the YouTube for week 2 rankings, stuff like that. I'll throw the whole thing up, but I'll probably clip out a few parts like this one. Next up on the ranking, I feel you could go either. You could put them here or here. I'm gonna throw Chargers here for now. Offense looked good, defense looked good as always, and they look good. They just can't. They couldn't capitalize. They couldn't capitalize in this Cowboys game. Now, admittedly, they got robbed in this Cowboys game. But we'll have to see how they play against this Chiefs team. If they play well, then I can see them going up higher. If not, then I can see them sticking around here. But we'll see. This is the first, I'd say, big competition. Um, Now, as you can see here, there's one team that sticks out a bit. Denver Broncos, baby. Actually, I'm also gonna get rid of this B tier because in my rankings before I didn't have a B tier. This is B tier. This is C tier. Broncos. I have them here. I am a bit biased. I'm very biased. But they have looked so good in these first 2 weeks. They, incredible. Obviously, we play against the Giants and the Jaguars, so you could say we haven't had a ton of competition. This game is going to be a real decider of how we played. But Teddy has looked incredible, man. Sadly, we lost Judy and we lost Bradley Chubb, which sucks. Chubb's out for 7 to 8 weeks, I think it was, at least. But yeah, we've looked incredible. Melvin has come back and just been incredible. Teddy Bridgewater's looking good, which is all we need him to do, because that defense has just been monstrous. 13 points for the Jaguars and Giants. Obviously not very good teams, but offensively they're solid. They're both decent teams. And the Broncos just ate the Jaguars alive. Plus, we held the Jaguars to 6. They got a fluky kick return touchdown at the end of the game. So really we left them to 6. But, 2-0. Defensively, Vaughn has 3 sacks. Kareem Jackson is a pick. 11th on passing, 5th in rushing. 28th. We've only allowed 13 points against us, or on average. And we average 25 points a game. All I'm saying is this. I'm saying the Broncos are a playoff team. Mark my words, we are making the playoffs. At least as a wild card team. We might be the last wild card player team in, but I say that we're a playoff team. The Niners are tough, because are they 0-2? Or no, they're 1-1. Or no, wait, they might actually be 2-0. No, yeah, they're 2-0. I forgot they beat the Lions and the Eagles. It's such a weird team. Like, they have... I don't know how to feel about this team. Jimmy's winning games, which is surprising. But, I don't know. I just have them here for now. I think they could obviously be higher in the future, but they also could be lower. We don't really know how to judge this team. They have a good matchup against the Packers this week. We'll have to see how they play. And that'll judge if they hold this rank. Next up, I got the Titans. 1-1. Beat who'd they beat last week? I can't remember. They beat Seahawks. That's what it was. Just Derrick Henry just rushed down the Colts or the Seahawks' throat and in the second half and just absolutely demolished them. I played him in fantasy this week. He was just incredible, to say the least. Yeah, I don't really know what else to really say. He's played well, and they played that first week. Lost that first loss to the Cardinals. They looked terrible, but they bounced back well this week. It had a good win against the Seahawks, which leads me to my next team, Green Bay. Now, after week 1, I think I had them around here. But my goodness, when pissed off Aaron Rodgers plays like pissed off Aaron Rodgers, that offense is incredible. One of the best offenses in the league. They just demoralized the Lions in that second half. First half, they looked like they were playing as they played against the Niners. Oh wait, no, not Niners. I was gonna say, I was like, what? Packers didn't play the Niners first game. I was thinking Lions. They looked nothing like they did against the Saints. That first half, they looked like they played against the Saints. That second half, wow, they turned on they pumped the brake, or pumped the gas up. 3 straight touchdowns from uh, Aaron Jones, 2 from Aaron Jones, 1 for Robert Tonyan, and yeah, they played well. I mean, it's the Lions. Lions could be better this year, but yeah, they just look very good. Now, obviously, I think I could put them like here-ish, but I'm gonna keep them here for now, just because I think this is similar to where they should be. Seahawks, I got them next. Um, they're just a very good team. I mean, there's nothing else to it. When Russ is cooking, he's cooking. That's what we saw that week 1. We saw him that first game, saw him absolutely cooking. First half, sorry. First half against the Titans. That offense looked stellar. DK didn't even do much. Him and Tyler Lockett were just cooking up that secondary. And then, obviously, lost in the second half. But I still see them around here. Next up, I got the Browns. They're such a fluky team. I mean, these first 2 games, they both looked good. The offense looked good, but, like, they should have murdered the Texans, like, with ease. Only 10-point win. The fact that it got close, got to a 3-point game in the 4th, that's a little worrisome for Browns fans, if I'm being honest. But they still pulled it through, and I still think that that's where they are at. Next up, we got the Cardinals. They have looked brilliant, phenomenal these first 2 weeks. I could put them over the Bills, but I still think the Bills are very good. If the Bills just absolutely dominate the Dolphins this week, I would have had the Cardinals above them. But yeah, that's where I have them. Close win against the Vikings, but Kyler Murray he's on for. I have him. I think he gets the MVP this year. Right now, early pick, I think he gets MVP. He's just looked phenomenal. I mean, plus they have a decently easy schedule. Play the Lions. I mean, they got that Rams, Seahawks, Packers, Browns, and Rams. Those are, I think, and then the Niners, obviously, but they have a tough division, but I still think that they win this, I think they actually win the division. I think they get second in the division. Sorry. But yeah, they've looked just incredible. And to round it off, I'm gonna put the Bills A tier. I had them here. It's the same ranking, but I'm gonna put the Bills here. I think they deserve to be here. At the beginning of the season, they were top 4. I think they dropped 1 spot to the Ravens. But yeah, I think this is. See, this matchup here, the Bills and Ravens, is a tough one because obviously they're both 1-1, and I could honestly do that, but I'm gonna keep them there. Just for a tier list, I'll put them both as tier, but I think I'll go Bills for Ravens. Nah, I'll keep the Ravens here. They lost that game to the Raiders. realistically, they shouldn't have lost that game. But that was just such a weird game. Like, to be fair, one of the best games I've watched, but just a weird game. And then they came out here and just absolutely pooed on the Chiefs in that last bit of the game. Winning by one, and what a play call to go for it on 4th and 1, wasn't it? Potentially giving the Chiefs the ball back on the 50 with like how much time left? I think it was like a minute-ish left. What was it? Hold on. I want to get the play-by-play. Right here. Gets this 4th and 1. What a play call to go for it. To win the game. Yeah. If they wouldn't have gotten this. You give the Chiefs the ball back on like the 43. On Baltimore's 43. I almost guarantee that the Chiefs win that game. So realistically, that was just such a risky play call. But what a play. That was very, very risky, but ended up working out, and they got the win. So another one of the best games of the season, I'd say. Bills, like I said, ugly loss to Steelers, but then absolutely demolished the Dolphins. So yeah, that's where I'm at. And then if I'm being honest, what I really want to do is finish it off like this. I just can't drop the Chiefs yet. They have the best team in football besides the Bucs. They are the number 2 team in football. It's just they should be number 1. A tough loss, Clyde. That was a tough fumble from Clyde. But yeah, I still think it lines up like this. And the Rams have been hot. They have been incredible this year. Like, I knew they were going to be good. Like, I thought they would be maybe like 5, 6, 7-ish. But they have been the 3rd best team in football. A little scary against the Bears in that first bit, and a little scary against the Colts, but my goodness, that offense has been incredible. Matthew Stafford, what a trade to get him out of Detroit and get him on a good team. And him and Kupp have looked phenomenal. And then this defense is just Jalen Ramsey, Aaron Donald, Leonard Floyd has been a menace this year. What, he has... Yeah, he already has a sack. Donald has a sack. Like, they've just looked very good. And then Bucs won. Okay, I have them S tier based on the fact of looking like this, but they could be here. I think by the end, I mean, realistically, these teams are basically all going to be playoff teams, I think, right? What, Oh, okay. I was gonna say, who the fuck is this guy? Like, some random dude just, like, came up in my chat just talking shit about my rankings. I mean, yes, they are real. If I was doing it realistically, this is how I have it. But just because I kind of wanted it to look like this. It looks cool. It looks better for a thumbnail. But if I'm being honest, yeah, right there. Is that better for you? Is that better?